This discussion has to do with workflow, a term that is thrown around quite a bit these days. It basically just means the system that you use to get ready to do photography, to do your photography, and to successfully manage your images after you've done the photography. Let's start out and look at this in recent history. Not too long ago, your workflow for film darkroom photography would have involved successfully loading your camera, going out and actually doing the photography that you want to do, coming back into your darkroom or lab and getting the film out of your camera and onto a processing reel so that you could go through the development procedure. After your film was developed and processed, you made a contact proof so that you could see all the shots that were on a roll all in one place. After that, it was into the darkroom to make a print. Now things are a little bit different. What you need to make sure you have is a good set of batteries, charged batteries, and whatever sort of media your camera takes. This particular camera takes both compact flash and XD cards. It obviously depends on what kind of camera you have. After you're sure of that, once again, you go out and take the photos. I'm kind of glossing over that. That is probably the most important thing. When you get back to the darkroom, it's no longer a darkroom. It's your office or your computer station. And you remove the card from your camera, load it into your card reader, and download it onto your computer, onto your hard drive. I should mention that I work on Macintosh. Those of you who are on PCs are going to have to figure out your own ways to accomplish this. On a Mac, when I plug in my card reader, the card just shows up on my desktop as a hard drive. So what I can do is double click on it. In here we see the main folder, and then this is the folder that actually has the images in it. So all I'm going to do is just drag it onto my desktop right here. And we get this little thing that tells us how long it's going to take, how many megabytes there are on the card while it's downloading. Then when it's through, what I do is I double click on the new folder so that I can see what's on it. I'm going to move this a little bit too. Double click on here to make sure that everything copied. We start with this number, we start with this number. We scroll down to the end, we end with 466, and we end with 466. Then what I would do now is select all and delete them so that when I'm all through, I can eject the card, which on a Mac is Command E, or I can just drag it down to the eject button, which the trash can transforms itself into. Okay, I'm going to close this now, and what I would do is I would give this today's date. And you'll notice I always use an underscore. There are certain things you don't want to use in naming a folder. Blank spaces are not good. You don't want to use a front slash or a backslash. You don't want to use an ampersand. You don't want to use a percentage sign or a star or anything like that, because that can confuse some programs. So whenever you want to put a space, use an underscore. So now this folder has these shots in it. The next thing I would do before I did anything else is I would burn a CD or a DVD backup so that I have an off-computer safe backup in case there's some sort of disaster. I use, on the Macintosh, I use Toast as my CD burner. It's very convenient. I just drag this into here. I stick a CD into my computer, and then I punch this button, and it records the disk and verifies it. Naturally, there are lots of ways that you can do this. Toast is one I like. And again, if you're on a PC, you can figure out your own way of doing it.